We're gonna watch this one right here, Area 51 Explored. Now, my thing is this, chat. I don't believe shit about fucking Area 51 for many reasons, right? The only thing I believe is that yes, it's a secure block area and you can't go in there. I have seen videos of like people trying to go in there and get arrested, but as far as like what they say goes on in there, I don't fucking know. You feel me? I been fucking dying to see people show us what's there, because I even went as far as going through a rabbit hole of finding groups that know what's in Area 51. And supposedly a couple years ago, it was a group in Facebook that was going to go bombarding and rush Area 51. Just a group of them. But I think the FBI found the post and like intervened or something. I don't know what happened, but let's see what this is about. You think so? I don't think no one has done it, bro.
What I call mutual security.
Chat, what do y'all think is in Area 51? For those that know about Area 51, what do y'all think is in there?
That we could literally be 15 to 20 miles away from definitive proof that we're not alone.
What was this being wearing?
Military uniform, just like mine, but it was very...
He said, I think Michael Jackson
They're
was
very close to going to prison right now, that's for sure.
Security. More security, more security.
More security right now.
Yo, that'd be some shit, right? If Michael Jackson lived there?
Today, ladies and gents, we wrestle with some of the wildest questions and mysteries of our time, such as, are aliens real? Are UFOs cutting-edge technology from Earth or perhaps from another planet? Why is Area 51 one of the most secretive bases in the country? And what is it that our government is hiding from us? In order to uncover the truth, we assembled a powerhouse team. First up, James Fox. This man is arguably the world's premier expert on UFOs and alien encounters. He's dedicated the last 30 years of his life investigating these claims, digging deeper than perhaps any human alive today. Next, we speak to Jason Sands, an Area 51 insider and employee turned whistleblower who gives us his first-hand testimony of his...
He used to work at Area 51, and he was now he a whistleblower, chat. This is why I don't believe everything I hear or see on the internet, gang, because he's a whistleblower, meaning he snitched and told on the government. No one ever has beaten the government, gang. So that's one reason why I just don't be believing in shit.
His experience. Then we got Avi Loeb, a Harvard professor, astrophysicist, and one of the brightest minds on the hunt for extraterrestrial technology. And finally, we speak to various people who claim to have had alien experiences themselves. In this episode, we infiltrate the legendary Area 51, both under the cover of darkness and in broad daylight. And you'll have to stay to the end of the episode.
How the fuck do they get access to this area, though? Since, like, how do they get permission?
To see what we did and what happened to us after we breached security and set off the alarms. Join us today as we tackle one of humanity's greatest questions. Are we truly alone here on Earth, or do we have visitors from other galaxies walking among us? The truth, folks, might be stranger than anything we ever imagined. Let's dive in. Folks, two things before we get started. First, the merch is back in stock, including the sweatshirt that had sold out repeatedly. We put them back in stock, added a new color. We got the trucker hats, the t-shirts, and also, if you would like early and exclusive access to our Patreon, because right now, folks, it's breathtaking what we're driving through right now on our way to the Alien, which is a motel in the Area 51 network. What is Area 51? Is it a place that aliens were brought to and interrogated and questioned to figure out more and kept from the public? Or is it simply a place that's so remote and so out there that it's an excellent place to develop top-of-the-line military technology, run exercises? Maybe they got a CIA black site somewhere out there. I mean, it would be a perfect place. You just blindfold a guy and take him 2 hours down the highway from Las Vegas. No one's finding you. Alien fresh jerky, man. How much better of a sponsor can you even get in a video? Going to Area 51 eating alien beef jerky, and damn, it's good. If you would like to try some of this delicious... and their pine... There's a lot of great excitement in my heart right now. We're meeting up with a world-renowned UFO UAP expert, James Fox. About an hour and a half away. We'll enjoy this road trip and we'll see you guys in a few. So we're halfway to the alien, and already you can tell that there's an alien culture that just permeates around here. The gas stations have aliens in them. It's just so remote. I feel like this is just one of those bizarre places where
Chat, they say that when they lie to you, they put it all in your face. Like when they want to tell you the truth, they put it in your face.
everyone has some sort of story where they saw this thing in the air. Heck, I have one of those stories. I remember in high school, you're in the back hill in this retention pond. If I had my old phone, I got it on my phone. Like, there was something moving in the air, and I saw it. Like, I know what I saw. Who knows what the explanation is? Let's keep driving.
You say, I was smoking weed and I seen something. Nigga, you was high. That's what it was. You was smoking that good shit back then. The weed's not the same no more, gang.
So we're pulling up into a town, the town of Rachel, Nevada, that has 19 people. We're gonna meet our alien expert friend.
Damn, 19 people. I bet you everybody probably related to each other.
And James, and just get the lay of the land here. We arrived late in the night at the Alien, and they had a strict no filming policy. So we went nearby to the town's own.
Where you see aliens at? When? What year? Where at? What you saw? What happened?
Only gas station to meet our contact James Fox and make a game plan for the rest of the night. We were about to tuck in and go to bed.
Yes.
And you said you have another idea.
Yes. There's no better time than the present. And we're out here, and we're not going to see anything if we don't try. Let's take our asses out to as close to the base as we can possibly get to without risk of being arrested and or shot. The use of deadly force is authorized, so...
Bro saw a regular human that didn't look human and thought it was an alien.
Kill on sight.
It's real. They're not around. If you were to hide super secret craft of non-human origin anywhere on Earth, when you come out here, you can see this would be the perfect place to do it.
Is it fair to say this is one of the most top secret places on Earth?
This is the most top secret place on Earth, yes. Right now, we're going to go out to probably the most famous mailbox in history. It was the infamous black mailbox. But it became so famous because when you get to the black mailbox, you'll see a dirt road. It's
Liam, you was high.
No road signs. You turn off, and that's the point where you go in on the dirt road to the base for about 20 minutes. And then you get to a sign that basically, and you'll see security. Like if you go beyond that sign, all bets are off. So the black mailbox, I think, got so famous that it might have been stolen. I heard it might have been recently replaced. We're going to find out right now.
Is that our first destination?
That's our first destination, yes.
We're gonna hop in.
Let's go.
You don't smoke, Liam? That's good, my boy. I'm proud of you. But you was tripping that day, gang.
Trying to find an entrance to Area 51 can be very difficult. Your phone likely won't have service as you near it. Some say it's the government jamming your signal. Just a black box? So this doesn't even exist.
Google Maps just said nah.
Others say it's just the remoteness of the location. The easiest way to spot a route into Area 51 is the infamous black mailbox. It marks one of the roads that can lead you in. However, tonight, we suspected that the box had either been taken down or stolen because we simply could not find it.
Is it?
Tommy G, come in, over.
Gang, gang, baby, we're ready to slide the block.
We're just gonna drive down this dirt road until we get arrested. Over. Just kidding.
Did we miss the mailbox, or is that still ahead?
I think we missed it. We'll see a dirt road connecting to this road in the next mile or so on the right-hand side. Over. Turn our lights out. They'd never know we were coming. Over. Isn't it weird to imagine that we could literally be 15 to 20 miles away from definitive proof that we're not alone?
Nah, chat. I would have just drove somewhere dark, like right there. And I would have just sat and just looked for fucking spacecrafts.
15 to 20 minutes away from information that could change the entire world.
Yep.
What has motivated you to dedicate your entire adult life to chasing down and researching these things?
Imagine if our government had definitive proof that we're not alone in the universe, whether you believe it or not. But if you felt that was true, could you just walk away easily from that story? I feel that every man, woman, and child has a right to know, and I feel it's an incredibly important and significant piece of...
You said YN sliding on the aliens will be good content? Yo, the YNs is pussies, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they'll last.
The puzzle, and it's difficult to walk away from.
I have to give huge credit today to my friend, Julian Dory. He is the key behind all of this happening, the connection to James Fox. He was the key behind the Trump assassination video, and he's the key behind the Scientology video that we have in the works as well. The show love to Julian, links in the description, blow him up, tell him Big Dog gotta eat, and thank you, Julian.
Guys, do you see that red light off in the distance, kind of at our 1 o'clock?
Yes.
That's apparently got all sorts of sensors, including video. They're watching us come in right now. This is security. This is definitely security up there. No question. Over.
If you are considering trespassing on the Nevada Test and Training Range boundary, please consider the following consequences. You will be required to pay a $1,000 fine. You will have your car towed at your expense. You will have your car impounded at your expense. You will be brought to Hyco, Nevada to be processed. Once released, you will be responsible for transportation, blah, blah, blah. Now, my question is it telling us not to go beyond this point? Or can we go a little further until... I think we go a little further.
Oh, he's moving.
That guy's watching us.
Yeah, y'all tripping. Once that sign said that they towing your car, dog, I'm not walking past that sign, nigga. How you getting home?
He's listening to us too, I'm sure of it.
You think they have
Sure.
that level of technology? That
Absolutely.
What makes you sure of that?
Because I've heard about it. They can just point and they can listen. George Knapp's documented that.
That nigga said, cause I heard it.
Folks, we gotta pay homage.
He the type of nigga that come back and be like, yo, I heard Jimmy told, yo, you heard what Jimmy said? Jimmy said it's gonna be a supply of fucking candy in the cafeteria. That's what I heard.
The legendary Las Vegas journalist George Knapp. In 1989, George broke the story on Area 51 and brought its existence to the public eye. His interview with Bob Lazar, who claimed to have worked on reverse engineering alien technology, invited a firestorm of speculation, forever linking Area 51 to extraterrestrial secrets. George's fearless reporting forced the government to acknowledge the base's existence, and it laid the groundwork for decades of UFO investigations. Without him, the legend of Area 51 might still be a secret.
James, you want to go say hi to the...
So you saying because of him, the government decided to come open about Area 51?
The scary man? You want me to go say hi?
I mean, I want to. I want to see who that is.
This is the gate. This is the next layer.
Oh, he's coming down to us right now. Over.
They say there are only two guarantees in life: death and taxes.
Yeah.
I think the third is we go beyond that sign, we go to jail and or get shot. What I know about this base is you can tell, like, we just drove in down 30 miles of dirt road to get here. You just simply can't imagine just how remote this place is until you come out here and see it in person. It just doesn't. You know, it's hard to convey.
And the level of secrecy.
Yeah, it's just the remoteness and secrecy.
And when you finally do find the edge, you still barely see anything except for barbed wire tracking all through the grass, the signs, the gates. Are these guys special forces? Are they mercenaries? Who are the people patrolling the base?
Usually the people that are from special forces, they hire them up and they inform them and they tell them that, you know, this is the way we do business for the program, and off they go.
What kind of power are they authorized to use on someone that's going towards the base?
They are authorized lethal force.
This base got a lot of attention in the late 80s when that guy Bob Lazar came forward through George Knapp. It was initially as an incognito, anonymously he came forward, and then ultimately because for fear of his life. He was saying that there were craft of non-human intelligence in the possession of the military, and they were being housed as
I gotta see this shit to, like, I don't know. I'm the type, I have to see it. I don't know.
by Papoose Lake
I can't
in a
just go
series
by
of
what someone
camouflage
said.
hangars that were built into the side of the mountain. They have no wings. They have no tail. They have no visible means of propulsion. They make no sound. They don't have any air disturbance. Very little noise. Some people will talk about a slight buzzing or humming sound within a certain proximity of them. They do things that are just defy physics as we understand it, right? You would want to keep that technology ultra secret because you'd want to weaponize it. Just a few miles down the road, the truth lies, right? The whole world wants to know what's going on out there.
Have we got anyone from this base that's active to speak anonymously?
Sorry, active?
But he worked at the base for some time.
He did, yeah.
In what capacity, do you know? In non-military lingo, how would you explain to a layman what your career consisted of.
It's like counterintelligence work where you're trying to prevent the enemy from finding out about what you're doing.
How long did you serve on that base?
I was there for 6 years.
Tell us about the morning of the encounter. What happened?
Well, we went up range. We had to look at a video of the UFO that came in and entered into the Nels test range from the previous week because they didn't know what it was.
What the fuck is this video? You can't even see nothing, gang. You see a fucking black dot. What is that?
So they were just trying to, get people to observe it and verify that, yeah, this is something that we didn't see because you're talking to, anybody on my crew. We've been there for years. We'd seen all kinds of aircraft, and this didn't fit anything that we'd seen on the video. So this is what it recorded the UFO also.
Look at my blood. Right up high now. Going like straight up.
So a UFO crash lands on the base, and they wait until the Monday crew comes in to look into it?
Pretty much this way.
Nah, if that's a video that they recorded, chat, that shit real. I don't see why they would fake this shit.
It happened.
This is a sign.
Oh, he just honked at us. He just honked.
He probably thinks this is
Why the
an
f*** would he have honked?
Dude, he fought. Yeah,
Because
I know.
he's hearing us? Well, hang on. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Wait. What did he say? What did you say?
Hang on.
Honk if you can hear us.
Okay, we're about to drive up this road. Are you going to arrest us if we do so? Honk, please. We're good?
This moment of Area 51
Going off a honk?
is brought to you by Alien Jerky. We're gonna bribe.
He's like, like we're authorized to kill.
You know what I think that means? Let's explore a little further.
All right, what I'm trying to do right now is I just want to see where the barbed wire is. Where is the barbed wire, guys? Man, you can't even tell. We're very close to going to prison right now, that's for sure. Guys, here comes more security.
More security.
More security right now.
Holy shit. Truck's coming up. Look at that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
He's coming quickly, too.
Look how f***ing windy it is, dude. It's cold, desolate, and there is government forces assembling right now.
I know. They're letting us know that they know that
They about to come grab their ass and use them for experiments.
we are right here.
They about to clone their ass.
They're going together.
I mean, one thing we can say for sure is we will all be going to jail if we cross the line. The question is, where exactly is the line?
The only way to do it is to walk up the barbed wire from the
Yeah, I've
gate.
already walked. Well, you want to drive down there and see it?
Sure.
All right.
So look,
Land Survey Monument.
that's just government bullshit to keep us out of the way. What happened next was strange. As we turned off our cameras to take a couple iPhone photos, we heard a noise, but not just any noise, one that had an eerie, metallic, and otherworldly sound. This is what followed immediately after. I heard that. What the f*** do you hear?
It sounded like metallic, something big, metallic, and somewhat loud. I thought someone was coming.
You heard it? You heard it? You heard it?
They heard it, but they ain't recorded, chat. That's what I'm saying. They sitting out there recording everything else. Y'all hear a noise, but don't record the noise, gang. Make that shit make sense, though.
Are you sure that wasn't my car?
Positive. It came from right over there. No question. Well, I told you guys that we had a 99% chance of seeing security, and we saw security.
We're gonna fold our cards for tonight in case they have any devices that can hear us.
Oh, look at us.
Now, if they were gangster, they would go beyond this little gate right here with the cameras. Show me. Show
We
me what's
just
back
want
there.
to know the truth. Can you hear us? I have some beef jerky I can offer you. I repeat, I said beef jerky. I don't know if it's working. What we're dealing with right now is like there's so much disorientation and trickery that happens, like hearing certain noises. Like they said they heard this metallic thud.
Right.
Was it the sign rattling or was it a secret thing
No,
happening in
to
the background?
see, I mean, I will go
and that's how these
live.
stories get.
I will go live, so that way if they do something to me, the live channel can see it and record it.
Convoluted when it comes to the supernatural.
Fuck it,
or the
somebody gotta
UFOs
risk
or,
it, chat. Somebody
there's
gotta
a lot
risk
of
one for the
explanations
team.
for the same thing. So, like in diving into the truth of these stories, you have to figure out how credible someone's testimony is, and it's been proven that eyewitness testimony actually isn't even that accurate. But when you have multiple eyewitnesses independently corroborating your story, that's where it becomes more and more airtight.
Nah, they can't kill you, bro. I ain't seeing a sign that says they'll kill you. They'll lock your ass up. Now, my fear is crossing that border and they grabbing you up and no one knows you anymore. No one knows of you. You just disappear, gang. You're fucking cooked. You're cooked. They're gonna use you for bait in that Area 51. That's why I don't play with shit like that. I'd rather watch niggas like this do it and see what happens than me actually go out there and do some shit like that. Ain't no way. Oh, they do? I guess if you go deep in, then I don't know. I did hear that though. You're right.
We're going to the Alamo Inn, about 40 miles away, and kind of the other side of Area 51. There's the Alien, the Alamo Inn, and kind of if you go in between them, that's where you can go on the road to the back way of Area 51. And we're going to talk to the motel owner and actually stay there the night. And this guy, his dad worked on the base. At both of these inns, everyone in the community seems to know someone that has had an experience or seen something or knows something. So this is a obvious and good place to go.
I just think, chat, anyone that lives in that area is bound to see something, gang. I really believe that.
For this investigation. All right, folks, we're pulling up to the most famous mailbox in the world. Well, tell the people what we're looking at right now.
So this is the remnants of what was once the black mailbox. Because of the nature of secrecy of the space, there's no road signs, there's no indication of where the entry point is to Area 51. There was this black mailbox to a rancher who lives probably at that ranch out there. This mailbox became the beacon of like the entry point to go in to check out Area 51. And so everyone's just like, turn right at the mailbox or turn left at the mailbox. Like that's the dirt road into Area 51. It became just super famous, the most famous mailbox on the planet.
Also, I want to draw our attention to there's mountain ranges everywhere.
Yo, I would love to go and explore the fucking mountains, Chad. Look how beautiful that looks. Fuck Area 51, my nigga. I want to climb some mountains, gang.
Where we can look, and these are also
Nah, I never seen the Area 51 movie, chat. Would y'all want to watch the Area 51 movie?
Points.
Yeah.
And Chuck Clark spent his life documenting these vantage points, and one by one, the government shut them down?
Yes.
So what do you mean you shut down
His place got raided. He was raided right here in Rachel, and George Knapp covered the story at the time.
The story goes with Chuck that he allegedly got his hands on footage of an alien encounter so good, so compelling, that Logan Paul drove to his house with $100,000 cash to try and buy the video, but Chuck refused. It goes without saying that research from guys like Chuck Clark are foundational and lay the groundwork that allow
So this nigga got a video of aliens?
me to continue to explore the mystery of Area 51 further.
What's up, Boom? What's up, my guy? Yo, we could definitely watch that movie, man. Area 51.
Favorite close encounters of the third kind in the United States took place in the desert of New Mexico in 1964 that involved...
Yo, bro, that's funny you say that. They say that Tommy G got a video. Wait, not Tommy G, that he knows some white guy that got a video of some real aliens.
An on-duty police officer by the name of Lonnie Zamora, and the Air Force files during the peak of Project Blue Book investigations have detailed diagrams and of the craft where it landed, the landing gear impressions, photographs of the landing gear impressions, the footprints from the alleged creatures, very detailed report in Project Blue Book.
You got videos of aliens? Send them, Liam, in Discord. Or put them in the chat. What do you mean, Boom? You can't watch movies? If you watch a movie, you'll hit a Discord? What? I'm confused.
Both files.
We're having a local pull-up that
his
parents
movies.
had an encounter with a non-human being right in this area in the 90s. So we're going to get to hear the story from him and see what we make of it.
This is a story that my parents passed on to me. My dad grew up, was born and raised here in this valley, in Parananga Valley. He worked out at the test site in Area 51 for a good portion of his life. you know, because he mainly worked on the test site side when they were doing the nuclear testing. He drove the trains and everything that went down inside the...
Now you can watch movies on here. You have to set your Twitch has a setting where you can switch it to adult or rated R or graphic or violence or blood or guns. You can it's a settings, and then you're fine.
Tunnels and that where they'd set the bombs.
You just can't watch like anything on the Suits Network,
down, then
like
he
baddies
to
and
the
shit
Area
like that.
51 side.
So we're all traveling on the road. We see this guy starting to kind of hail
bet,
us
Liam.
and starts jogging towards us. But he's walking running very funny. It looked like he was going to fall over and like he was around. I'm wondering what's wrong with him. And then as we get a bit closer, I'm starting to notice that he's got very pale skin, but it's got this blue undertone like he's hypothermic. We get to the point where he's at the corner of the front of the vehicle, and the guy in the passenger seat at the front screams he's got no ears. And I'm thinking, well, that's pretty rude. Why would he say that? And then
That nigga describing the alien.
I'm stepping out onto the roadway, and I look up, and indeed, he has no ears. And I'm thinking, good grief, this is really strange.
Both your parents had an encounter on this road.
Yes, they were coming down this road, coming over Hancock Summit here, coming back into town. They'd been out hunting or camping for the weekend, something. They were out in the hills playing around, which they like to do an awful lot. Mom says they come over the hill here, and he says you can see somebody walking down the road for quite a way. It caught her eye. She's like, wow, what's somebody doing walking out in the middle of nowhere like this? As they got closer to it, she could see that it was dressed in, the way she describes it, is Bedouin clothing. So it was the flowing stars.
Yo, this movie was crazy right here. Chat, y'all ever seen this movie right here? I forgot the name of this movie right here.
Person and head covered and everything. Couldn't see anything other than the cloth that was around it.
What was this being wearing?
He was wearing
The one we
a
seen
military uniform.
with the guy from damn. I don't want to put
Just
it
like
out.
mine, but it was
I
very,
see.
very clean. Then I noticed his eyes, and that's when I really got scared because the eyes were like twice as big. That's when he starts talking to me in another language. I don't know what it is, but somehow I'm understanding every word he says, even though it's a language I've never heard before. So,
Was it an audible language or was this telepathic?
It was both. He was speaking audibly to me, but at the same time, I think I telepathically understood the words.
That's crazy. If you encounter an alien and you don't understand them, but you understand it, it's probably because they're fucking with your frequency or something. That's creepy.
They got closer to it. It stepped away from the road and crouched down, along the borrow area there. When it did that, my dad continued to drive past it. She goes, hey, we ought to stop and see if they need help. And my dad just told her, no, you didn't see anything, and went on. And if you knew my dad, he's the last person in the world that's not going to stop and give somebody help, especially if they're out in the middle of nowhere like this and they're unfamiliar with the surroundings.
Like, if aliens are real or creatures from another planet are real, why do you think your dad never wanted to talk about it?
I think that's what the oath he took, when he went to work out there, is that you couldn't talk about that stuff.
You couldn't talk about it, but told your son about it. Now your son is sitting there saying that your dad, like, what?
Walking away, I look back at my friends in the car, and they all look like they're zombies. This guy is not from this planet, is what I thought when I saw his features on his face.
You gave testimony behind closed doors. Did you do that in a skiff, or where did you do it?
I did it in a skiff.
Okay, and so were there members of Congress or chiefs of staff, like who?
It was all the committee members, from the Armed Forces committees.
What was the look on their faces when you started describing this alleged encounter with an alien?
Shock.
A lot of people that have had a sighting, an experience, are pretty quiet about it. They keep it tight to their chest.
That's why I say you was tripping when you say you seen that alien, Liam.
What do you think that is?
I think that they're afraid of being judged, because there's a lot of people you say, oh yeah, I had an encounter, they're going to go, ooh, you crazy, there's something wrong with this person.
What was the moment in your career where you said, I think we might not be alone?
October 19th, 2017. The first interstellar object was spotted by a telescope in Hawaii called Pan-STARRS. It was given the name Oumuamua, which means a scout in the Hawaiian language. This was the first object identified as coming close to Earth from outside the solar system. It was roughly the size of a football field, flat object, pancake-shaped.
Yo, it's crazy. I heard some shit like that it was something coming towards Earth in a couple years. I don't know if that's true or not.
We're gearing up to hit Area 51 from another angle, and it went from being a beautiful, clear sky day that we were getting shots to we're stuck in a cloud. And I think it just goes to show the desert is a place that is magic tricks. Mother Nature plays magic tricks with the desert. No wonder people see bizarre shit, like just
A meteorite? I never heard that.
in the desert, whether it's the mirage or the weather change.
It's snowing. What the hell? How is it snowing over there, Shaq? That's because it's cold on top of the mountains.
Is that government vehicles? There are a lot of the same vehicles. See that?
Is there another exit of the base that they're coming from that we don't know about?
I've never been down this one. I've only been down that one. I've heard about this one. I don't know.
But there's a parade of, those have to be government vehicles that are coming by.
At around 5:30 p.m., at least 5 days a week, possibly 7, you'll see these white buses with no markings, with blacked out windows.
That's kind of Scientology-esque. That's what we just encountered recently.
Barreling out of this place, down this...
Which I think in them buses, I think they probably got like inmates that they test on. Like, you know how they got inmates that are doing life in prison? That's what I think is in that bus.
Long dirt road headed east, and then they get to 375, and then they head south, probably going to Vegas.
I'm no expert in the driving habits of feds, but it seemed to me we were witnessing a convoy of Fed vehicles leaving Area 51. And for some reason, seeing all those feds grouped together, it just felt spooky to me.
It could be that 2 people that work there that don't want to be identified.
Looks like we got 2. One disappearing into the clouds. Can you describe some of the technology at the base? Like, how much more advanced is it than the public perception of what our technology is?
I don't want to get into specifics, but it's hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years ahead of what we think is happening?
Yes.
So I think part of the question is this just high-level military technology?
I heard that, like back in the days, like even in the 50s and 60s, that they had fucking technology that was so advanced that it will blow your mind that shit existed.
Technology that they don't want other people to get their hands on, or did they get some of this technology? The way things move, the way they turn, stop, that seemed to defy
Bro, that's what I
our
just said,
typical engineer.
Chad. I said, bro, you know what I think is in Area 51? It's probably like a whole underground world under there, man. I'm telling you.
Country, examine it, and try to re-engineer it. Is that what's happening at Area 51? Or is this shit just so advanced and they just haven't released it to the public? Our conception of what is possible is 60 years in the past, 50 years in the past, and they just haven't shown us the good shit because, well, it's a tactical advantage in war. It's all possible.
I had not gone to this entry point yet,
Okay.
so this is new for me. All right, you guys want to follow me?
This is what I call mucho security.
Unauthorized
Look, now it's going.
They told their ass, man, if y'all don't turn y'all dumbasses around.
Not permitted beyond this point. So we almost take the capture.
You just literally... Dude. That's not a good sound.
Should we get the fuck out of here? Let's get the fuck out of here. That's push. Like, are we being pussies for leaving?
No, they were trying to trap us. They were.
Who's this guy fucking going backwards? Methy over here is going backwards, trying to get us. Is he a... What the fuck is this guy doing? Is this guy on meth? What the fuck? This guy's going pretty fast backwards. He's going 45 miles an hour and he's beating us right now. What the hell?
Yo, Leon, one day me and you both gonna go and see what's really in there.
I do.
You just trespassed on federal
That was the alien, chat.
property.
You know the gate where they close, you can go into a gate and then they close a barrier behind you?
That's an entrapment, yes.
What happens if you get stuck in that?
That's a way for them to keep your vehicle and yourselves from going any further. And they will draw their weapons on you and they will tell you, okay, you're coming with us. They'll take all your equipment, they'll dismantle your car, look at all of your cameras, look at all your film, they will confiscate everything. And you'll be lucky if you get your car back in a crate later on, let alone whether you will be serving jail time in one of their facilities right there on the site.
Yeah, you tripping. I ain't about... Hey, Liam, you can go to Area 51 by yourself, gang. You just heard that? There's no guarantee that they're going to let you go and yet alone get your shit back. You might spend time at the jail they got there with the aliens.
Holy shit, that was great. So you think we would have been trapped if we didn't if Keegan didn't remind me to back up?
Get me, nigga. I'm not going with you.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Ready to eat, Suddy? That's nice.
Oh, it is a big fan.
Oh, look at that view. But you still can't see the base even if it does clear?
No, I mean, yeah. Well, you can see just above it. If there's any activity, you can see it from here, but you just can't like see the actual base. You see just above it.
So folks, we took a deep dive into some of the claims, some of the people that have worked there, people that have experienced things. And I have to say some of this is quite compelling. When you hear Congress people talking about this, you know something is serious. And let me know what you guys think. You guys believers? Are you guys skeptics? Are you guys open to the possibility?
I think I'm just like open to the possibility of maybe something being there. Maybe.
But this is real. It's been a pleasure taking this deep dive with you. I appreciate you, James. Go out there, watch this video. You can stream it, you can rent it. If you want to take this much, much further, this was a couple-day investigation. He's dedicated 30 years of his life to looking into this and made multiple documentaries on the subject. One of the world's renowned experts in the field. So if you want to take a deeper dive into that, his link...
Why are you sitting there looking at him like, yeah, talk nice. Yeah, talk that shit about me.
Links into his documentaries are in the description. Rent them, stream them, check them out, and explore for yourself. And you determine what you think is true. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.
That was a W video chat. That was a W video chat. W video. That was a W video chat.